Hello, today is January 29th, the almost end of the July 2025, and today is hot a little bit. It's really bit hot, but not so hot. And I want to light the candle. Okay. And also today I want to read some chapter from this book, A Dream Woke Up, A Dream Woke Me, and other stories, Marilyn Mclaughlin. Aspect, the West, Acolyte. I want to read from where the girl started going to the beaches, to the seas, every day during that summer season. I went there every day all summer. Every day Granny would give something out of the garden, peas, radishes, tiny carrots, bits of lettuce, and later raspberries, gooseberries, currants of all colors. I took my sketchbook with me and drew. I'd never been happier. Granny didn't care if the clothes wrapping loosely on my bony shoulders were filthy. She never said anything about my hair or wanted me to wear lipstick or high-heeled shoes or to try on jumpers in shops just to see did the color suit me. Even when she drove into town for messages, Granny let me be. She wasn't much tighter herself. The pair of us were a disgrace. Granny, all shrunken with age in her Oxfam finally with her hat on, and me, all shrunken by something else in my flopping, largety jeans. It was good to be happy, and the weather was kind that summer. I was able to go out and about every day. My pockets full of fruits, or sometimes a piece of scone blade lifted from the kitchen table. I explored as much of the rocky coast as I was able to climb over. There were cliffs I had no intention of trying. I didn't want to be an angel yet. My greatest pleasure, though, was to find a good rock close to the surge of the waves and sit there, idly watching the rise and fall of the foam, the dripping of the wet rocks, the pouring of the water, the colors of the waves, and I began to think more and more of mermaids. Most often when I perched somewhere towards the sunset, I would wedge myself just out of the reach of the water. At that hour, often the wind would drop and the swell blazed against the rocks as gently as dripping child. Lazy arms of seaweed steered from below to elbow the surface and sink. I became more and more sure that here one day I would see mermaids. I really like these points. In anticipation, I filled my sketchbooks with mermaids, drifting, drowning, floating mermaids. I gave them seaweedy hair and drew currents of water around them and fitted their bodies into this flow. I lavished detail on their tails and hair and gave them all-rounded shoulders and breasts and swelling stomachs above their fishy tails because that was the way I knew they were. Full-fleshed and never weighty because they swam in the water as if they were flying. Anything too slender would be washed away, melted. Mermaids had to be rounded to exist. They were like the rounded beach stones, smooth and firm. Mermaids for all they swam and were fishy, were as solid as the earth. I gathered shells and felt their swelling roundness. I like to find round stones that fitted my palm and carry them with me all day. As I wandered, I rolled Granny's round, pearly green piece on my tan, palmed one of the small hard apples that had begun to drop from her trees, bit into its bitter flesh. I really like these birds, and when I read these birds, I really feel like I want to be more conscious to the thing I'm watching in my daily life. Like I'm living in a house that is closing to the ocean, so every day when I wake up, I can see the sea, but I have been here. I have been living here almost over 5 years, and to see the ocean is natural thing now, but to see the ocean every day, every morning, it's not such a usual thing. It's a kind of special also to wake up every morning, to work, to breathe the air, and to talk with others are also so special kinds of things in our life, I guess. And when I read this such a beautiful sentences, I really feel I want to feel more gratitude towards everything I am getting in my life. Yeah, I really think so. And to see something is like sowing. It's like to sow seeds on the ground. To see means to find beauty to the object, I think. So, for example, what is there? To see something deeply, it's so meaningful for me, I think. Oh, the melon has this kind of shape, or this cucumber is really beautiful like that. They're so full. They are full of beautiful vegetables, fruits, and everything during summer season, I think. Yeah. And that's all. Thank you for watching this. Goodbye.